What good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got the game that made Jordan Love a superstar. Let's check this out.
The Packers front office unleashed mayhem in Green Bay by selecting
Facts.
quarterback Jordan Love out of Utah.
Shit, this shocked everybody.
26th pick in the NFL draft. The move sent shockwaves.
And I know A-Rod was pissed. You know what I'm saying? I think this is when the relationship between him and the Packers start to sour. Because like, why draft a quarterback in the first round instead of giving this man another receiver? You know what I'm saying? But that pick ended up paying off for the future for them, so can't be mad at it.
Lombardi Trophy. 4 years later, Jordan Love laid down the law in one of the most commanding playoff victories ever seen, destroying the Cowboys in Dallas, earning him one of the most lucrative contracts in league history.
Facts.
But more importantly, Green Bay's undying affection. This is the story of how Jordan Love went from being hated by his own fan base to the
Damn, the Packers fan base used to hate this motherfucker.
Most storied franchises and the defining game that made him a superstar.
Okay.
The pre-draft process was certainly not the first time in his sporting journey that Jordan Love was colossally slept on. He's from Bakersfield, California, a city
he's from
far
Cali,
from
just like
renowned as
A-Rod.
a hotbed for athletic talent. Love himself has admitted he barely believed he would make it to the pros, especially not when he enrolled at Liberty High School, standing at 5 feet 6 inches, 130 pounds. His father, Orban, knew his son would become an elite quarterback, despite being undersized, and his faith in Jordan's ability was enough to keep the teenager going after being named backup on the freshman team. However, his father suddenly passed away before Jordan's sophomore year of high school, a tragedy so grave that he considered quitting football altogether. But Orban's support
you got to keep playing for your dad, bro. You know what I'm saying?
To stick with football,
your dad would have wanted you to
would
keep
change
playing.
his life forever.
Hey, hold on. What the hell? Hold on.
Leading Jordan to stick with football, a decision that would...
Ain't no motherfucking way. They got the Patriots logo. This is a lawsuit waiting to happen. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
A self-professed late bloomer, he shot up to 6'2" in his junior year, winning the varsity starting job shortly after, and even grew 2 more inches by the end of his high school career while bulking to around 180 pounds. Love's breakout season came as a senior when he received one D1 offer, which he readily accepted from Utah State. To Jordan, this was primarily a means to a free education. Love redshirted his 2016 season in Utah, winning over the starting job halfway through his second year with the program. 2018 would be the first time that the Bakersfield native put the Mountain West Conference on notice with 3,567 passing yards for 32 touchdowns and 6 interceptions, exhibiting elite arm talent while also notching 7 touchdowns on the ground. Buzz started to circulate around Love as a potential draft prospect once he had completed his 3rd year, but in 2019, things took a turn for the worse for the Aggies. A complete turnover in the coaching staff and offensive personnel saw them go from 11-2 to 7-6. The headlines this season revolved around the fact that their quarterback, Jordan Love, led the FBS with 17 interceptions on the season to only 20 touchdowns. The redshirt junior seemed to force plays that weren't there, failing to help his already.
And that's been his problem in the NFL, bro. Forcing plays that are not there, bro. Like, once he cuts down on the interceptions, bro, you know what I'm saying, he'll be just fine. But like, he's still a great quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
Love an extremely polarizing draft prospect.
He just like, he really trusts his arm talent. And can you blame him?
Didn't have nearly as many eyes on it as any of the Power 5 conferences, which left only highlights and stats for the public to form their opinion around. Leading college football in interceptions was not a good look, with or without context, though Love's arm talent and physical prowess remained difficult to ignore. He was generally graded a 1st or 2nd round pick and among the top 5 quarterback prospects available in the 2020 draft. Okay, so now that we're back at draft day, we have half of the story explaining why Packers fans reacted so strongly to their team's 1st round selection. It wasn't just Love's flaws or consistency that triggered them the wrong way. It was also what his selection meant for their Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers. The Packers had just fallen 1 game short of the Super Bowl, losing to the 49ers in the NFC Championship game. The consensus among fans and analysts was that the team was only a piece away from reaching the Super Bowl, a sentiment that was echoed by Rodgers himself in the media. So when they traded up from pick 30 to pick 26, the last thing on anyone's mind was the Packers selecting a new passer. Quarterback was the one position in Green Bay that seemed truly untouchable, and the timing of this pick gave many fans flashbacks to some dark times for the franchise. You see, in 2020, Rodgers was 36 years old, the exact same age that Brett Favre was when A-Rod was drafted out of Cal.
No, that's actually insane, bro. Damn, so when Jordan Love turned 36, boy, it's time to pack your bags, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you.
A rigid relationship in what was intended to be something
That's
of an
crazy.
apprenticeship devolving into a full-blown rivalry. Not only did the move to get Jordan Love feel that it could go down a similar route, especially given the less than favorable portrayal of Rodgers' character in the media, but picking a quarterback so high did not feel like a win-now move for the Packers, which many fans had anticipated. Not to mention, Rodgers still had 3 years left on his contract. To put it plainly, the move made no sense. In fact, Love didn't see a single minute of action in his rookie season, sitting third on the depth chart behind Rodgers in an MVP campaign where the Packers once again fell in the NFC Championship game. On the bright side, reports coming out of Green Bay sounded promising with regards to Rodgers mentoring his fellow Californian through some early struggles adapting to the league. Love finally saw the field in 2021, making his first start filling for an unavailable Rodgers in Week 9 against the Chiefs. He completed 55% of his passes for 190 yards, a touchdown, and a
Damn,
pick.
what a
Not
throw.
terrible, but certainly not inspiring
That throw was
either,
crazy.
as Rodgers shone upon his return to the lineup, winning a second consecutive league MVP. The Packers made it to the divisional round of the playoffs, proving that the team was clearly still successful with an aging Rodgers under center. This rendered Love more or less obsolete, mostly seeing minutes in garbage time. 2022, though, saw a significant dip in Rodgers' performances as he posted the second highest interception tally of his career and below 4,000 passing yards for the first time in 5 seasons. Despite this, Love still was only put on the field as a reliever, but Packer fans caught glimpses of his potential. Rodgers had reportedly threatened to force a trade in the 2022 offseason and actually went through with it in 2023. The legendary number 12 was headed for MetLife Stadium, and Jordan Love was named the starter in his place. A student of Rodgers for 3 seasons, it was time to see if Love had been worth all of the drama and hype.
It started off a little shaky,
in
you know what I'm saying,
2020.
but
Jordan Love
it
became the first player
it didn't take him that long to really get used to it, you know what I'm saying? Because like in the second part of that season, second half of that season, he really started to click.
Named Aaron Rodgers
And kept the
Brett
turnovers
Favre
down to a
start
minimum,
season
you know what I'm
opener
saying?
For the Packers in 30 years. He had big shoes to fill. After a 3-6 start to the season, the Packers started to pull it together in November, going 6-2 to finish out the year, securing the 7th seed on the final day against the Bears. Jordan Love led the way with his very young receiving core, along with veteran running back Aaron Jones. Across those final 8 games of the season, Love impressively threw for 18 touchdowns against one in final 8 games.
Look at
of
this
the season.
throw. I mean, off his back foot. I mean, this is just pure arm talent right here, bro.
Love
Oh
impressively
my
threw for
gosh.
18 touchdowns against 1 interception while completing 70% of his passes. It's safe to say Love got hot at the perfect moment, just in time for the playoffs, a game that could make or break his season with the Packers. A strong performance in the wild card round against the Cowboys would mean he had proved his growth from the early season blunders, and most importantly, that he was the man to lead this franchise for years to come, just as Favre and Rodgers had before him. But there was a lot more riding on this game than just Love proving his worth. These two teams have a history, one which has seen the Packers dominate in the postseason throughout the 21st century. Though Dallas would be playing on their home field, it was hardly an advantage, as they had only won one more playoff game at AT&T Stadium than Green Bay had since its construction. Included in the win tally for the Pack is Super Bowl 45, a victory overseen by head coach Mike McCarthy, who was now in his 4th year in the same role for the Cowboys, but to no such success. Dallas was looking better in recent times, though, coming into the wildcard round with a 16-game home unbeaten run. Apart from their shared history, these two are polar opposites. The glamour of America's team up against the fiercely local
They're not
Packers,
America's team
even
anymore,
down
bro.
to their quarterbacks. Dak Prescott had been a first-year starter and former offensive rookie of the year, a stark contrast to Love, who waited patiently behind a veteran. Dallas came in as heavy favorites as the 2nd seed in the NFC NFC, while the Packers had only squeaked into the playoffs with the 7th. Love and the Pack made Dak and the boys wait to see the ball, draining 8 minutes off the clock in their opening drive. On his first throw of the game, Love connected deep with Romeo Doubs on 2nd and long, starting to establish a rhythm, even with the man on his face. It was ultimately Aaron Jones who stole the show on this drive, scoring on a 3-yard run at the goal line. The Packers go up 7-0. Both teams were forced to punt on their ensuing possessions, with Green Bay pinning Dallas back at their own 8. On 3rd and 5, Jair Alexander snatches a
I still don't know why Dak even threw that,
Jones
bro.
subsequently connect to put the visitors up 14-0 at the start of the second quarter. On their next possession, Green Bay would carve up Dallas's so-called elite defense, with Love converting multiple third downs by extending the play to find his tight ends. It was the final 3rd and 7 of this drive that proved Love was for real, though, when he found Dontayvion Wicks on a 20-yard back foot pass over the middle for another touchdown.
Like, bro, that throw is nasty,
with which
man.
Green Bay's number 10 dispatched that pass alone proved that he was ready for this occasion. Ever the late bloomer, Jordan Love had officially arrived when it mattered most. Things went from bad to worse for the Cowboys as Prescott threw an atrocious pass straight into the arms of Darnell Savage, who ran it back for yet another Packers score. Up 27-0 as visitors to the 2-seed Cowboys just before the half was better than any Packers fan could have imagined. A frantic Cowboys touchdown before the half and field goal after it never dampened the mood for the visitors, as Love and company marched downfield to score for the 5th time. Once again, Love executed a gorgeous back foot throw to Romeo Doubs for 49 yards, setting up Aaron Jones's 3rd rushing touchdown of the day. They were running like a well-oiled machine, embarrassing America's team on their home turf. The Packers then exposed even more gaping holes in the Cowboys' coverage as Love found Luke Musgrave wide open for a 38-yard score deep in the third quarter.
Is he still hurt,
went
too?
40 yards the following drive, mostly on the ground, which was punctuated by a dart from Love to Doubs, bringing the score to 48-16. As the rest of the game played out in a shell-shocked AT&T Stadium, witnessing its first Cowboys defeat in 2 years, it became abundantly clear that the Green Bay Packers were a much more serious threat than anyone had given them credit for. Jordan Love wasn't just raw talent and good measurables, but a game changer who could extend plays, make off-platform throws under pressure, and lead his team to victory in his first playoff appearance. Love finished the day with 76% completion percentage for 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a near-perfect passer rating of 157.2. Though they would fall to the formidable 49ers shortly thereafter, the Packers' win over the Cowboys felt indicative of a power shift in the NFC. It is a core memory for both fan bases for very different reasons, the most significant of which being that Green Bay confirmed the heir apparent in their rich lineage of quarterbacking excellence. If Love can remain consistent and keep the talented core of players around him in Wisconsin for the years to come, it's tough to see him not pushing for serious NFL honors. And who knows, maybe just like those legendary Packers quarterbacks before him, bring a Lombardi home to Lambeau. So now, be honest, what did you think when the Packers drafted Love back in 2020? And do you believe he has what it takes to match the legacies of his predecessors? Let me know in the comments.
I think he does, you know what I'm saying? Because he plays just like A-Rod, you know what I'm saying? But I think one thing he's got to do is keep the turnovers to a minimum. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be just fine, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a great quarterback. Packers are a great team. You know what I'm saying? You got to wait and see, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think he's definitely going to win a Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying, in the next couple seasons or so. But we're just going to have to wait and see, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what you guys think down in the comments, though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what other NFL videos you want me to react to. Without further ado, I'm out. Yeah!